Hey everybody, Robin here. World According to Robin. So, we have the Epstein files and Trump keeps putting more and more shit on top of it to bring it down. We got 3 million documents to go with all the names of all the pedophiles. And we need to get those documents, regardless of the war, the Jimmy Kimmel bullshit, the Comey bullshit, everything else he's putting on top to push it down to the bottom. Let's do it. Could be your child, could be your grandchild. Something like this happens to that you don't have any idea, because I have to be honest with you, I didn't have any idea about the Epstein Island. I was raising my kids. I wasn't in Florida. I didn't know the bullshit that was happening down here or in New York. And had I probably would have petitioned something. I would have spoken up because, silence is a killer. So this is called It's Hard to Believe. It's hard to believe that while raising my kids, other children were raped and abused. It's hard to believe that the system ignored the fact rape kept some men quite amused. The criminals in this sad tale, you must know, we see every day on the TV. The children who woke to a stranger in bed in the darkness where no one could see. Back then, Trump was stalking his pageants, little girls who looked more like adults. He showed these girls off to his wealthy old buds. Loss of innocence was the result. Trump thinks that all things are a deal, though his book was not written by him. He never appears to connect with the fact that his actions are based on a whim. The victims of human sex trafficking was not just done by Jeff and Maxwell. It was Trump who had measured these innocent girls with his fingers so that youth would sell. No mother was there to protect them. Girls abused from behind Jeffrey's door. Young prisoners inside of a pedophile's world, rape and torture, abuse, and much more. But who was Jeff Epstein's best friend? Do you know? Trump refuses to play show and tell. After 34 counts of deception and rape, do we know how Ivana Trump fell? So what was Trump's role in this story? The old man who sits in the White House claims he never was best friends with Jeff, claims that Epstein did not date his spouse. Why would the First Lady say that she was not victimized by her husband's best friend? But why would she decide that right now is the time to expose Donald Trump, not defend? It's apparent that money can buy many things. Legal pardons, free passes, and then Kavanaugh, Clarence Thomas, Trump, and Pete Hegseth. Would they have sex with you if you're 10? This is paint, by the way. Little girls who were forced to have babies. I saw one was 11 years old. Babies taken away. Do we know where they went? As the Zorro Farm stories unfold. Though Trump thinks the age of maturity, he said it in his speech, was age 6. I think that the one who has been overlooked is Ivanka. She's part of the mix. We know about Trump and his daughter. So her face in a brief interview stood next to her bed with sick thoughts in her head. Had she recalled a brief dad interlude? Do we think that Giuffre really took her own life right before her new book would come out? Jeff Epstein decided that he'd hang himself, not his style. Suicide is in doubt. There seems to be issues. Many people have died. Broken cameras at just the right time. Prison guards were asleep and not watching the cell. Things were moved from the scene of the crime. Why were rich men wanting pizza with cheese? This is how it's described in the files. Jerky, white shrimp, and the taste of cream cheese. For these quirks, men flew thousands of miles. There's one who is sitting in jail right now. That's exactly where Maxwell belongs. The thousands of men who raped young boys and girls, Trump's protecting, and that's simply wrong. I didn't know then, but I know the facts now, and the enemies do lie within. Refusing to name all his pedophile friends, I believe, is the ultimate sin. The victims don't need to exploit what occurred, putting rape and abuse on display. For sure, the First Lady knows how that would feel. She displayed who she was the same way. I'm angry much more than I'm sad at this point. I'm not seeing the red, white, and blue. It seems if you pay and get what you want, you can make kids do what they don't want to do. Let's keep all of this in the forefront. A war will not make us forget. The red, white, and blue is like dead night and screw now that it's time that Trump pays off his debt. It's hard to believe that we don't know the names. We'd know your name if you were the creep. Now is the time we have justice for all, so when kids climb in bed, they can sleep. Okay, so here's my proposition. You need to bring this back up to the forefront. Demand the Epstein files. Demand the DOJ, which probably won't happen unless we win in November and take back some of our voting rights that are being quickly taken away. We need to fight for this. And some things are worth the fight. So join me in the fight to make these women and some boys, men, whole again. Because they don't deserve the secrecy. They don't deserve it. It could be your child, my child, your grandson, granddaughter, my grandson, my granddaughter. We need to step up and voice our opinions while we have the First Amendment. Do it. And look for my Kimmel poem coming up soon. There's so much stuff to write about. There's not enough time in the day. So let me know what you think. Love you guys. Peace out. Have a great one. And do this with me. Do it. Bye.